Okay, this girl, technically she's older than me, so I should probably say this amazing woman, Jung So-min, the actress, has been one of the most famous, talented, and longest-running actresses out there. And you know, I don't even know where to start because she's not just beautiful. Her acting is insane. She's a wonderful actor. Playful Kiss was actually my second K-drama after Boys Over Flowers, and it was the first time I saw her on screen. I remember watching Playful Kiss 2010, that clumsy, heartfelt rom-com where she played the bubbly Oh Ha-ni, who falls headfirst for the cold-hearted genius Baek Sung-jo, played by Kim Hyun-jung. It hooked me instantly. And here we are, almost a decade later, and I'm still glued to her projects, devouring every new drama like it's the first time. Picture this. It's 2010. A fresh-faced 21-year-old actress steps into the spotlight, playing the lovable Oh Ha-ni in Playful Kiss. But fun fact, that wasn't actually her first role. Earlier that same year, she made her debut in the darker, more dramatic series Bad Guy. Playful Kiss might not have been a huge hit in Korea. Many called it light and predictable, but internationally, it was a completely different story. The drama found massive popularity across Asia, and her portrayal of Ha-ni, clumsy, sincere, and endlessly determined, turned her into a global favorite almost overnight. The actress didn't just play the girl next door. She infused her with a spark that made every pratfall feel electric, every confession raw. That debut wasn't luck. It was the spark of someone born for this. But even then, the industry whispers started. Too sweet, too niche. Little did they know, she was just warming up. Fast forward to 2015, and the actress flips the script, literally, in The Sound of Your Heart. She's the sharp-tongued Jo Ha-jin, navigating a chaotic family web with absurd humor, quirky situations, and heartwarming moments. No more rom-com fluff. This is her channeling comedic timing and subtle emotional depth. Her expressions and reactions bring the exaggerated comedy to life. Co-star Lee Kwang-soo. By 2017, she's everywhere but nowhere, leading KBS's Family Saga. My Father is Strange as Byun Mi-young, a daughter piecing together fractured bonds amid small-town scandals. That same year, she body swaps into Daddy Yu, Daughter Mi, trading quips with veteran Yoon Ja-moon in a comedy that skewers generational gaps with razor wit. Then comes Because This Is My First Life, a quiet masterpiece on TVN where she plays Yoon Ji-ho, a struggling screenwriter who fakes a marriage just to survive. Honestly, this is one of my all-time favorite healing dramas. I've watched it more than 3 times, or whenever I need that comforting escape. Opposite Lee Min-ki, her chemistry simmers like a pot left too long on the stove. Those awkward dates slowly melt into heartfelt confessions about loneliness, dreams, and finding connection in a crowded city. Fans still ship them years later, calling it her most authentic and emotionally lived-in role, the one where she turns quiet vulnerability into her greatest strength. But buzz? It peaked quietly. Instead, she drops an OST, Because You Are Beside Me, her voice cracking with the same ache she brings to screen. Multi-talented? Understatement. The late 2010s test her edges harder. In 2018's The Smile Has Left Your Eyes, she's Kim Moo-young's tragic anchor, Yoo-jin Kang, in a romantic thriller remake of a Japanese hit. Love twisted by murder and madness. The actress doesn't flinch. She sings the OST Star with co-star Seo In-guk, her vocals haunting as the plot spirals into obsession. She even dips into radio with Jung So-min's Young Street, charming listeners with off-the-cuff stories. Variety follows in Little Forest, where she mentors kids in a healing garden project. Pure, unscripted joy that humanizes her beyond the glamour. Then 2020's Soul Mechanic hits, a medical drama where she's the volatile pianist Lee Bo-sul, unraveling anger issues under Shin Ha-kyun's steady gaze. It's therapy on screen. Her breakdowns are as layered as a symphony's crescendo. Pandemic slowdowns hit everyone, but the actress emerges sharper. Her choices scream intention over impulse. Enter 2022, and Alchemy of Souls catapults the actress into fantasy legend status. As Naksu Mu-deok, a trapped assassin soul-swapping into a servant's body, she's fire incarnate, fierce, witty, wielding magic like a grudge. The Netflix juggernaut devours charts worldwide, her banter with Lee Jae-wook crackling like forbidden spells. Cameo or not in Season 2, that role cements her as versatile royalty. Assassin one episode, healer the next. Critics hail it as her breakout, the one that finally whispers her name in global rooms. But even here, she's the ensemble spark, not the solo supernova. Cut to 2023's Love Reset, a rom-com film where amnesia wipes her slate clean as producer Hong Na-ra. She rebuilds love with Kang Ha-neul amid laugh-out-loud mishaps. It's light, it's clever, and her wide-eyed reinvention steals every frame. In 2024, the actress took the lead in Netflix's Love Next Door, bringing to life a sharp, no-nonsense businesswoman returning to Korea to reboot her life. Chaos ensues when she crosses paths with her childhood nemesis, and once again, she proves her magic, blending comedic timing with heartfelt warmth, showing that her versatility has only grown stronger. And now, 2025's Would You Marry Me, her latest SBS gem, airing Fridays and Saturdays since October 10th. She's Yoo Marie, a bold designer who enters a 90-day fake marriage with bakery heir Kim Woo-ju to win a dream townhouse. Post-breakup chaos, lottery scams, doghouse hideouts, and a kiss in episode 6 that broke the internet. Pure rom-com gold with her signature emotional depth. Ratings hit 6.4% and climbing, streaming on Disney Plus globally. Sure, some might say her latest drama treads familiar ground. Fake marriages, chaotic misunderstandings, that slow-burn chemistry we've seen before. But honestly, isn't that the charm? In an era of dark thrillers and high-concept fantasy plots, there's still a section of viewers who crave that warm, nostalgic feeling. The kind of rom-coms that made us fall in love with K-dramas in the first place. Would You Marry Me? Taps right into that longing, bringing back the simplicity of old-school love stories, but layered with modern wit and emotional maturity. It's not repetition, it's evolution. From schoolgirl crushes to adult complications, from rom-com innocence to stories shaped by experience. Jung So-min doesn't just act out love, she redefines it each time, turning familiar tropes into something more human, more reflective, and undeniably hers. So why isn't she everywhere? In an industry obsessed with viral moments, overnight sensations, and flashy endorsements, Jung So-min thrives in the quiet spaces, roles that linger in your memory rather than explode for a week on social media. 15 years into her career, she has led rom-coms, thrillers, family dramas, fantasy epics, and medical series, proving that versatility isn't a tagline, it's a lifetime achievement. Her performances are magnetic, but never manufactured. From the awkward charm of Oh Honey in Playful Kiss, to the emotional depth of Yoon Ji-ho in Because This Is My First Life, from the haunted Yoo Jin-kang in The Smile Has Left Your Eyes, to the fiery assassin Naksu in Alchemy of Souls, she has mastered every shade of human emotion. Critics repeatedly praise her ability to make vulnerability feel like strength, and yet she has quietly avoided the frenzy of endorsements or tabloid hype. She's not chasing billboards, she's collecting souls, one nuanced glance at a time. Each drama, each role, is carefully chosen, whether it's a lighthearted rom-com or a dark, twisted thriller, demonstrating a rare balance between artistic integrity and audience connection. Ratings, streaming numbers, and international fan bases have followed quietly but steadily, proving that true impact doesn't always roar, it resonates. And here's the thing. While other stars chase trends, Jung So-min quietly shapes them. Her music contributions in dramas, radio hosting, variety appearances mentoring children, and her consistent work ethic across decades show a dedication to craft that goes beyond the camera.